Welcome to my art studio. It is in the basement of my house. It is nothing special, just a mere media room downstairs. It is where I make paints and do a lot of my art class recording. And today, we're not going to actually do a paint class. Today, I just wanted to sort all of my art out. I have been storing my art in these vintage hard case luggage containers, suitcases, and you always kind of put them away and you forget about them, and it's good to just sort of look through your work. I'm going to organize it because I want to put some of my digital asset files for these paintings online, and so I'm thinking in my head I'm going to structure them by maybe botanicals or flowers, perhaps landscapes. Maybe I'll do a segment of the animals, but I always forget what I've kind of done over the years, and I'm going to go through this. I'm going to decide which ones I like still, which ones I feel are atrocious now, and we'll go through those. So let's take a look. One thing I worry about now with my hardcover cases is that I've stuffed so much art in here that I always fear that when I open it up, it's just gonna explode and everything's gonna fall all over the place. So we're just gonna see, it's already sliding down. Yeah. All right, let's start rolling. I love these little these northern scenes, because this was just such a really good painting to do. That was in one of the, I think it was Northern Winters. So I will keep that as a landscape one. And yeah, full on landscape. This one here, I don't know if I like it anymore. It was the Chinese lanterns. It's more of a botanical. I like the way it glows. So in this class, it was kind of all about getting it glow. So in that way, it's effective. And yeah, it had some negative painting involved. I will keep that one. This is sort of an interesting one. It's another landscape with a bit of a city scene in behind. Hope you like that one. It's really, that one's all about kind of complementary colors working together. This one I love. I love this little guy. The forest with the light coming through. Just, I'm not sure if I love or hate this one. This is a love-hate relationship with this guy. This guy is a city scene on the water, and I don't think I nailed the reflection down here, but I think it's still, it's okay. I'm gonna put that with the other one that was like the city scene. This one was really good. This was a class I did up at the winery, and everybody did really good in this class, and it was definitely worth going to. It looks really difficult, this painting, but it's not. It's this one's quite simple with the rocks and the leaves, and it is I think sometimes people see these paintings and they're just too daunted. They think it's too much for them. But I would never take a painting to a class that I didn't think that that they could do, or that you can get it done in the time that we have. And as you notice in some of my pieces, they're really small, but that comes down to sometimes you don't have all the time in the day. We have busy lives, so having these nice small poster-sized cards to do is doable in our lives. It's just too chaotic. This one I really love. I love the colors in it. It's very bold. I like bright colors. I'm a bright painter. You can read into that what you want, but yeah, that's my take on these things. This I did was a little bit of an animal series. I am not a huge watercolor painter for animals, although I will say where I am solid is nailing the eyes on subjects. But I think these are kind of cute. The little lamb, or ostrich. This is a Highlander cow. This was a tricky one because you could turn it into a sloppy red mess really quick. And that's, you don't want that bloodbath on your hands. So no. This is just a nice abstract flower. I ended up doing this flower twice because when I was recording this class, yeah, it didn't record, and then I had to like re-record another segment. Really I'm gonna put this one with my botanicals. It's a tricky one because this is a really like loose abstract one, kinda, and this is more like defined. I don't know, do you think they go together? Maybe I'll put them together for now and I'll think about it. This one here is like an ocean scene. Really enjoy it. I think I'm gonna move this down and just pull these up just so that I can reach better. There we go. Yeah, this one here is kind of nice. It was I'll put this big one in that one there. Just a abstract ocean scene. So I'm gonna keep this in my ocean set. It's not a landscape. It's gonna be my ocean category. So we'll do that there. Sometimes I just have swatch cards, and these are like, this one in particular is just showing some glazing, which is colors on top of colors. And it's a good thing to do with your paints, just to know what they do if you do layer the colors on top of each other. And then again, these are just fun little cards that I like to test out, and little trees that I like to see. Let's see what else we got. This is an abstract landscape, not my favorite. There is some validity to it because it's got those sort of patterns and shapes that might be good in a painting, but for me, there was something quite, it's not kind of what I typically like to do, although I was sort of wanting to demonstrate, you know, a stylized landscape. So I guess, I don't know, I think I'm gonna leave this one out for now because it's not my favorite. This one's fun. It was a simple one with mist in the forest with trees. It was a part of a minimalist series, and I think it really worked out well. It's very simple though, maybe too simple for inclusion on one of the bundles, but maybe I'll put that with the other one and see. Now I did do a bunch of sunflowers in a sunflower class, and I had like a field of those. They were beautiful in the field. I gave that one to somebody, so yeah, that one's not here, but it was just a really beautiful field of sunflowers, a real easy one to do. I'm gonna keep this in my little botanical section, I think. And yeah, and then I'm moving into some fish. So yeah, it was kind of funny one day. I thought, hey, I'm just gonna, for the whole series, I'm gonna paint fish, and why not? Like, fish are so fun. They were easy. They, you know, it was to draw them out. You're just drawing a little oval shape, and then you got another little oval shape, and then you got a triangle, and then all you got to do is paint it in from there. So it wasn't too bad. The goldfish, this is a fun one too. I was watching the composition down on that. Oh, and there we have a snapper, red snapper. I love the colors in this. It's just very interesting. It's good to do these on their own and then put them in a scene. This one's more of a scene with this koi fish. In this one, I showed people how to do different types of lily pads, so it was really up to them. So fish, I think I will put that in with I think I'll put it in with animals, just because, you know, it's a living creature. And here we have a fun little mushroom one. I kind of enjoyed that botanical. You could expand on this, you could throw some butterflies in. But I like to keep these courses basic so that you know, you can complete them and then carry on. You can do your own things, so I will keep that in my botanicals. Now these little guys are super fun, this lavender and bees, very easy. In the course I did show how you could put some shine on them. I don't love the shine on them. I've done this better before, but yeah, it is what it is. And this one here, I'm kind of pushing into people. No, I don't like painting people. I just think it just doesn't really interest me all that much, so I never pursued it. But as far as a little piece, they're kind of fun. And then we have some pussy willows, and I love pussy willows, so I'm gonna put the pussy willows in the sort of the plant section. The bees, put them with the fish, because again, it's just like a living moving thing, and a person. I'll put that one on its own. I don't really like that one, so we'll see where that goes. Oh, these are drawing guides, and I typically keep them digitally. This is what I've drawn out, and then they go in my Color Club packs, and then people have the guides to transfer with when they're doing their class. So I know I have this digitally. I'm just going to move this over here for now. Let's see what else I got in my box. This one was really fun. This actually was a picture that I had taken, and then I decided to paint it with some people walking in Cottonwood Island Park. And I just thought it was just really representative of, you know, the walk that we have here in Prince George with these giant cottonwood trees, and just how small people are in comparison to them, but how beautiful it is. So this is a landscape, I would say, even though there's people in it. They're kind of tiny, so I'll put it in that section. Lavender. I went to this amazing lavender farm in Kelowna. I don't think they open it for public anymore, but I was so inspired by it to just be painting lavender, and this is also a really great example of complementary colors working together. And so really this painting was just done with two colors, yellow and purple. Yellow and purple make gray. That's where those trees came from. So I will put that one in my landscapes. Oh, I've got some watercolor flower cards. I will keep those. See, I threw everything in there. Oh, this one's fun. I love these roosters. This was again from another picture I took when I went around at the farms. Laminated this because I took it to a show, and what I didn't realize is that you can't just unlaminate them. The plastic is stuck there, so FYI, that is going in my animal files. This guy I can probably get rid of. I have it digitally. This was just from a class, and when I do them from classes, they don't turn out the best because I'm so busy trying to get to everybody that I neglect my own art, and that's okay. You can see that I had even smeared it, so I think this guy's gonna have to go. I'm gonna put these over here. I don't really need them. I have better examples of those. And we have more color cards. Here is a lantern. I've done this one in class. This is another class version. I've done it before when I'm on my own. I have a better one of this. I'm just gonna put it sort of over with these guys here. I may not keep them, and only because I don't have a good one. This one here was just a painting example that I had done with just using this brush. So it was a sword brush, and it makes some nice strokes. Those are just all made with the brush. And then some roses. Again, I have these better, so these are better in other spots. And here we have some more flowers, really pretty. And then we have just sort of an abstract tulips for spring. Do I need this? No. Would I import this in anywhere? Probably not. That's kind of cute. I'm just gonna leave this one here for now. Another class one. I've done these better, so I'm gonna pitch that one. This one here, I tried with some shiny stuff, and I think you can see that. It's different, and this would actually make for a nice card. So I think I will hang on to that one. And this one here was fun. So I had this whole soft palette, and I was really interested in windows and bricks and stuff, and just some old buildings, and this is what I came up with. Is it my best work? No, but there's something to be learned from this. Would I keep it for that reason. I don't know. Would you want to paint this? It's not my favorite. I think I'll just put it in this pile. I'll decide later. Okay, this one here, again, that was with that soft palette. I really like the look of this pastel. It was like a whole pastel palette. Loved it. I like the look of these flowers. I like the glass. I like the drapes. There's good things to learn in this one, so I'm keeping that. And this was with the same palette. I was doing some abstract trees. Do I like it? I don't know. I don't really like it. Salmon Run. I do not like this one either. I think I overworked it. It's not my favorite. It's going. This one here has always been a fun one for me. I've done this wolf scene in various different ways, over and over and over again for a class. People really like it. It's interesting. There's lots to learn from this one, so I will keep it. It's sort of an abstract. It's kind of like a, I don't know, an animal plus a landscape, but I'm going to put it in with animals because that's, I think, the main part there. Everything's falling down. I almost have to start putting it into sleeves. This was a good one. I did this one out of Mackenzie. It's a botanical. I would keep it for a class reference. Here we have some nice lights. So this is kind of like a night scene. And it's definitely got some value to it. Here we have a holiday one. Oh, there's another holiday guy. Pretty cute. I'll keep that. And we have a Christmas tree. I'm gonna keep this in a seasonal set. So I'm gonna put it over top of the person's head for now. Oh, this one is one of those from a class where, you know, you just can't paint it in yourself because you run around helping other people, so that's where that got to. I do maintain this one for class references though, and just to sort of show people what stages that, you know, you can go in and work from in them. These are funny. These are from a little kids class. I purposely did them this way because, you know, kids could do them and it didn't feel too daunting, so I will keep those guys as a reference for future class. And this is another version of that bunny for Easter for the kids class. You can go in there. We have a Northern Lights scene on the mountains. This one's a super simple one. Good things to learn in that one. And we got some stuff I won't keep. That's trash. I'm gonna keep this minimal landscape one, I think. I've made my decision. Okay, garbage. This one here, not totally happy with. I was pushing it into sort of staying with the whites and then the greens here, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna put it in my junk pile, I think. You can go there. Now these I love. So again, these are those scenes that I had laminated to take to a show, and as you can see, I will never get them out of this laminate again, but you know, bonfire in the winter with the night, my family would go out and do these and bring hot chocolate, and so that's what inspired me to do this one. Just a few people in there, so I'm gonna put that over there. And then we get into our food. Oh, I think I will keep these guys. Foods. We need another pile for food. We have a mermaid. That's kind of fantasy. We need a pile for fantasy. Prince George landscape. It has been quite the process going through my art, and really kind of critiquing my own stuff. Now I know a lot of people I'll throw out some stuff, and some people will like, Christina, don't throw that out. But I might have kept some stuff that some of you were like, ew, that's terrible. But the purpose of all these little pieces of art were to learn and to instruct with. and they've really served their purpose. And as I'm compiling and stacking more and more of all these fun pieces that I've done over the years, I can see like my own style in them, and I'm just a bright, happy painter. Typically, I'm a laid back, happy person in general. I like vivid colors. I love the northern lights, and I often paint my surroundings. So when I go to the ocean, I'm inspired to paint the ocean. Um, I'm I'm definitely more of a landscape painter. I do really like botanicals and plants. They are a lot of fun to paint, and the odd abstract. It's sort of interesting. Art just sort of brings a whole level of calm and stillness into your life. And when you're painting, it you can't think of anything else. You're just sort of thinking about what you're doing in the moment there, and it's relaxing. It just let the paint flow and work with what happens, and you'll be happy. I tend to keep a lot of my class swatches and color mixing sheets. I don't know why, because I always do a new one each time. These squirrels, they were painful for me to do. They were for a class, and I could not get them. But hey, they don't always work out. There I have some mixed media watercolor pieces, garden pieces with paths. I always, when I'm teaching and I'm keeping things in mind for people, is all the different ways that you can paint these same images. So you might see a northern light scene, or you might see a bunch of trees, and I like to offer up a few different ways of painting trees, because we all have different hands and weights to our hands and strokes, and so to give people a few options is always super helpful with their art. And there's some more of those fantastic trees right there. That one was painted with wine, that last one I just held up there. But yeah, you can also paint with other mediums, and it's interesting to just try different things. These even have dried flowers on them in some cases, but most of these are just straight up watercolor paintings. I really love watercolor as a medium because it dries and you can take it with you, and it's just super portable. You can just reconstitute it with water and away you go. And like if you don't have a lot of space where you live, watercolors are an excellent option. Just get yourself some vintage suitcases or just scan these. Now, the other thing you can do with watercolors, which I find really fun, is once you're done painting the painting, you can scan it into software and you can create other things with it. It's just sort of an art form that keeps giving. For me, I paint for myself. I paint because it feels good, because I enjoy it. I also paint to teach people, and I like to keep it simple. And so these are a testament to all of that, really. I really love lavender. I went through a whole lavender phase, painting the lavender and some fun, colorful animals. A lot of dark landscapes with ink in them, but then, back to happy little paintings and waterfalls. And I don't typically paint really dark for anything, just because I don't know. I when I see vibrant colors in my mind, I'm just so perked up, and just it kind of makes me happy. So I typically work with those. When I first started painting watercolors, and the first time I ever painted anything that looked remotely like anything, of course, I was instructed by a really amazing teacher, Sharon McBride. But I was just so excited. I came home, I showed my family. I was like, my husband, look, I painted something that actually looks like something. And it just, I don't know, it was just something special about it. I think the thing that I love about art the most is that there's always something to learn, there's always something to paint, there's always a challenge in it. And whether you're doing it for yourself, or you're challenging yourself to take it on as a career, I like sharing what I know with others, so that's sort of my fit in the world of it. I haven't really. I've been a part of group shows, but I've never really cared to have my own show. Um, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just never really cared to do that. It's to be on stage with just my stuff. I'm also more of just a happy little painter. I have done conceptual art pieces before, but like sometimes let just your art be your art. Doesn't have, this one here has significant meaning, the cat one. It's supposed to tell a story that was a part of a course I took online. And that moose was for my brother, but I still haven't parted with it because it's just something not quite right with them. But yeah, these trees were from Rath's River, and I was working on some negative painting. But yeah, so I don't know. You do art as much as you want to do it. You can do it for a career, you can do it just because you love it. But the main thing is to always make sure that you enjoy doing it. And that is really the key to success, and to learn from as many people as you can, because everybody will have something different to teach you. And just try experimenting. You can experiment with all kinds of things, and that will change how you make art too. And because we can't have enough, we've also got this steamer trunk. I love this old steamer trunk. It has a slip in it from when it was carried on the giant ships across the sea around the time of the Titanic. So it's no wonder I love it. It's got so much history to this thing, and it smells of mothballs. But look at that, isn't that fun? The colored white star. What? Okay, mothballs. I know, I'm impossible. But at least I paint small. So there's something to be said about painting small, especially if you are a art hoarder like I am. And yeah, you keep your art. Sometimes I sell my art. Sometimes people ask me for a piece, and I will consider parting with it. But for the most part, I keep them primarily to teach and to just enjoy. So let's keep going. We're almost done. Maybe. I also have books. This will be good enough for today. Certainly stash some of my more fun pieces in the steamer trunk, and I will just think about how to store them so that I can access them. But I'm also going to start thinking about which ones I'm going to take pictures of so that I can set up those new organized course bundles, and that will be good. So yeah, that's going to involve some more work, but first I just have to review and take some photos of these. And I've been pretty chatty this whole session, so I'm going to just put some music on and let's just finish sorting.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen in all the colors. Summer love, memories washed in every shade of green in all the colors. Summer love.
Well, I think I got some good headway on this today. I'm gonna have to keep going, and yeah, I don't know. It's an ongoing process going through all of the art, but that's enough for today. It's time to make dinner and clean up the house and get some puppy love in. You a good boy? Yes, you is. Oh, you're a good dog. Yes, you are.